If you think breakfast is boring, then you haven't tried Jungle Muesli. We love it, and we've got the full range here this morning to explore, available in an array of delicious flavors and pack sizes as well. You're bound to find a favorite that suits your taste buds and your lifestyle. The best part of it, that it's healthy as well. So made with roasted rolled oats, Jungle Muesli is high in energy, high in fiber, low in sodium, which is so important, which means you can enjoy a bowl without any of the guilt. And Laura Moore is back in studio to give us a lowdown on why you shouldn't skip breakfast and to help us understand why we should be eating with the right approach first up, because this really is what's going to set the tone. So Lauren, welcome back.
Thank you.
I'm just thinking about my own daily routine. I'm terrible with breakfast, but it's because we start our day at like 4 in the morning and you charge into work. But why is breakfast so important? Why does it set the tone?
I know a lot of dietitians and a lot of people always focus on breakfast, like you say. Some people say it's the most important meal of the day. Tend to agree with that just because the goal of breakfast is to stabilize your blood sugar for the rest of the day. So generally what happens when you're sleeping, you're fasting, so breakfast is essentially breaking your fast. Generally what happens is that your blood sugar starts dropping, and if it drops to a point where your brain feels like it's not getting enough fuel, then the brain will switch on that appetite.
How much of our daily calorie intake should we be taking in first thing in the morning?
It's a tricky question. I'm not a fan of like tracking calories and that sort of thing.
Each person is slightly different as well.
Everyone's different. Yeah. So some people really struggle to eat breakfast because they feel a bit nauseous and they don't have much of an appetite. So for them, you would really just focus on getting a little bit in there that's going to help stabilize that sugar until they get to a point later on where they can eat a bit more. So for them, their calorie composition for their breakfast would be a lot less, whereas someone else might be pretty hungry in the morning and have more calories. But ideally, you're generally aiming for about 3 moderate-sized meals during the day.
Now, the funny thing is, I actually learned through the shows, we pick up all these amazing, often pretty useless facts about life, that bacon and eggs was actually a marketing campaign done in the US way back when. But we've now taken it on board that we've got to have this massive protein, a fatty breakfast of bacon and eggs every day. Is this the case? Do we need protein for breakfast? When ideally should you be taking in your protein? Is it a dinner thing, or is it just perception?
A lot of people, for them, breakfast is cereal and milk, and often that can end up being a very high calorie type of breakfast. So protein does a couple of things. Protein, and essentially what you want from your breakfast is you want a little bit of carbs to stabilize your sugar, so slow releasing high fiber carbs. And then you want to pair that with some protein or some healthy fat. So protein is always a good option for together with your
and again, it's balanced,
carbs.
Something that always seems to be the main thing with us. And I love it. A nice little boiled egg and a bowl of your Jungle Muesli. So we've got a lovely kind of jumping off point with so many different variations. And I love the Jungle Muesli from a textural perspective, the flavor, the taste. It gives you a lot, and obviously not this massive sodium load which comes in so many of our preserved breakfast cereals and those sorts of things. What are some good breakfast tips, some ideas that you generally, as a dietitian, give to people?
So again, it comes back to that balance and not relying completely on your carbs. So what's great about these mueslis is that they've got added healthy fats. So we were talking earlier about your proteins. You want your lean proteins, not necessarily your bacon, which is not so lean. And then when we're talking about fats, you want your healthy fats. So your nuts and your seeds form part of that healthy fat. Yeah, exactly. And what the healthy fats do is they'll hold everything in your stomach for longer, and they keep you full for longer, and they lower the GI of the whole meal. So that's really a good benefit. And I think what's a great option is to always just make sure that you're not choosing a breakfast that's got a lot of added sugar. So that would be something that you would want to avoid, because again, that's going to spike your blood sugar. Why do we always talk about spiking your blood sugar? If you're not diabetic or you're not someone living with insulin resistance, why do you care about spiking your blood sugar? Because your blood sugar is it is directly related to your appetite. So if you keep spiking and dropping your sugar, you're going to keep getting those appetite signals, and that's going to increase your calorie intake and make you feel like you're always peckish and you're always hungry. So that's why it's so important.
You're going to be hungry throughout the day. I love that. It's actually made me really hungry, which is a good sign. So if you're not a fan of eating in the morning, or you simply don't have the time, pack a snack bar or some fruit into your bag. Or even better yet, keep your Jungle Muesli at the office like we do, so that when you finally do have time and the urge, that you can give your body the nutrients it needs to keep you going. And of course, know that you're making the best choice to start your day.
Well, I hope you're taking down some notes. Now, listen to this. Jungle Oats is running an exciting competition where you can win a Jungle Oats hamper. Now, if you want to be a winner too, then head over to our Expresso Facebook page and answer the question on the Jungle Oats competition post, and you will be put in the draw. Now, the competition closes on Tuesday, the 11th of September at midnight. T's and C's apply and can be found on expressoshow.com.
South Africa's original oat champion now has a range of nutritious, delicious muesli. New Jungle Muesli, available in an exciting variety of flavors.